When the game started yesterday, no one could predict how significant the game number was to the way in which the Cavaliers would thoroughly dominate the Celtics. It was perfectly fitting that in the third game of the series, it was the 3-ball that blew the doors open early, and the 30-point victory made a huge statement that perhaps this wasn't just one game, but a mindset that will shake the Celtics' confidence to its core and give the Cavaliers a path toward taking back this series. In my preview video from yesterday, I stressed the importance of the three-point shot, and the Cavs certainly took this to heart, taking 17 in the first half alone and scorching the Nets by making 9 of them. They also went back to forcing Rozier onto LeBron a little bit, and watch how Hill is left alone so Brown can shadow LeBron. Morris is now responsible for 2 players in the weak side. LeBron waits for the moment where Brown must get both feet outside the lane and snaps a hook pass right on the money. Morris is 2 steps slow, and Hill gets a wide open look. Boston's defense was actually very good for most of the first half. The Cavs decided to run more motion in their offense, like this loop play for Hill. Excellent pursuit by Rozier forces the catch almost at half court. LeBron again forces Rozier onto him with a pick and roll switch, and check how his gravity opens up everything. Brown stares a hole through him. Baines sucks into the midline, unaware that his man Tristan Thompson is setting a nice flare screen. It would have been nice if Mr. Morris had seen the skip pass and close out, and they give a guy who's been struggling mightily a wide open catch and shoot look. And more often than not, these kinds of shots will get him back on track. Morris struggled with ball screens when guarding LeBron. Here he loses his balance going backwards right into the pick, and LeBron is officially in big head mode. A minute later, Morris loses his balance again trying to force LeBron to the sideline. Thompson simply pivots his screen, Baines backs up, and LeBron gets another pretty clean look. Stevens seemed to panic a little bit, diving deep into his bench rotations very quickly to find a solution. On this one, Yabusele switches Marcus Smart onto Love even though it was unnecessary. That leads to him going underneath the screen on Hill, giving up a wide open 3, and the route is on. More great defense by the Celtics. The Cavs run motion weak when Hill shallow cuts to the weak side. Great bump by Smart to prevent Love from getting deep post position, and then he gets physical with Korver to guard the flex action. But after he knocks over Hill accidentally, communication breaks down as both Smart and Tatum run to the cutting Korver, giving Hill some daylight to make another rhythm 3. Another switch of Rozier onto LeBron gets them an advantage, but fantastic rotation and athleticism by Brown to tip this away into what appeared to be a turnover. Excellent effort by Nance to keep it alive, and the Celtics recovered pretty well, and they don't mind forcing Korver to interrupt his rhythm by putting the ball on the floor, but he creates this wide open shot. Another attempt to get Rozier onto LeBron with the Hill ball screen, and the issue isn't the shot. The Celtics can live with this. It's that they let him get going with the other threes, and now he's in Super Saiyan mode. And this possession was probably what broke the Celtics back. More great defense as they funnel the ball down to the corner, and even though Smart has to switch, watch Baines beautifully bump him out of there. The Cavs' adjustment is to dive LeBron to the rim. Decent but not great position by Morris, but watch this ridiculous jumping, twisting, fading skip pass right on the money. Tatum was right there though, and J.R. Smith surprised even himself with the make, and the Celtics knew this wasn't going to be their night. To be able to knock down shots from long range like this, you need to have good vision so the rim and backboard are in focus. The last thing you want is to wear those ugly rec specs in the court, so check out Simple Contacts, a convenient way to reorder your contact lenses that will save you money. We know that plenty of NBA players wear contacts, and you should too, especially if you can avoid the nightmare of going to the doctor's office to renew your prescription. With their easy-to-use app, you take the test with your phone, their team of doctors reviews the results and writes a prescription for you. Simple Contacts offers every brand of lenses, their prices are unbeatable, and shipping is free. Not only will your basketball knowledge improve with this video, but you also save $30 off your first Simple Contacts order with my code CoachNick. Of course, the entire Boston Celtics team might need a new eye exam since they could have used anything to help them make more buckets. With that in mind, let's peek at the other side of the court. Early on, they tried to attack the mismatch down low. Horford skips when LeBron tries to help. Plenty of time for LeBron to recover, and I know they want to make him work on defense, but Brown just steps out of bounds for a bad turnover. They ran Horn's flare to get some movement, and a simple dribble pitch turns into a turnover when Brown inexplicably stops his cut. Yikes. This one really showed us how out of sync the Celtics were from the get-go. The out-of-bounds play was designed to pass the ball to the post. Rozier completely ignores the opportunity, and what was supposed to be a double pin down for Morris falls apart when Morris doesn't cut. The next progression is to have Horford cut off of Baines, but lousy execution allows J.R. Smith to stick with Horford. To make matters worse, Smart for some reason starts wandering right up to Rozier. Terrible spacing and a nice steal gets him the fast break. Can you hear me shaking my head? To make matters worse for Boston, Kevin Love was making serious defensive plays in this game. Having to guard Morris should have been a challenge for him, but he gets in good position to make this pass back out a little harder. Then he plays perfect position to invite Morris into a contested mid-range shot that misses, rewarding him with the rebound. In transition, he does a good job to communicate he's picking up Horford, but then does a lousy job of actually doing that. But another glimpse into the Celtics' mind. Horford passes up the wide-open three. Now, Love steps up to stop Rozier cold in his tracks, and then hustles back down to protect the basket and block the Morris layup attempt. Fantastic defense. When the Celtics tried to attack him down low in the post, he held his position, got his hands up, and blocked this Monroe shot. This is stuff we've rarely seen from him. The strange thing about the Celtics attack is that they did not try and attack Kevin Love in the pick and roll very much. Even with those good plays, Love is the weakest link by far, and in one of the only possessions they did it, look at the shot they get as JR turns the complete wrong way on the switch. But LeBron must have been inspired by Love and shows us some rim protection, the kind of thing he simply hasn't done all postseason long. Of course, Celtics fans can argue how illegal this block was, but the effort is rewarded. They did get Love and JR involved in some weak side screening action, and it immediately gives up what should have been a dunk. Baines throws it away instead and then gets mad at Yabusele for cutting when this was all on the Aussie, and Tatum lets him know that. Putting Love in the pick and roll gets him a wide open three, but at this point, nothing was falling for the Celtics. While the turnover numbers weren't exceptionally high, the way they were throwing the ball away had them in rare form. The pick and pop was killing the Cavs when Horford would get open against Thompson and Love, so LeBron is guarding him. Great energy to recover and denied the pass. What should have been a simple low post entry with 12 seconds on the clock gets thrown away by poor spacing and waiting too long by Smart to throw the pass. This was zipper fist, where Smart cuts to the top and gets a ball screen from Horford. But why does Horford fall asleep for 2 seconds? He doesn't seem to know how he wants to set the screen. Then he slips it and is open for the three, but decides in midair to pass it. Credit LeBron James for rotating on the passing angle, and it's another steal and off to the races down the court, further demoralizing the Celtics. Having won only one road game in the playoffs thus far, the Celtics still haven't proved they can replicate their dominating performances on foreign soil. And this is the kind of game that could destroy the confidence of so many young Celtics players who don't have experience at this level of the playoffs. Just seeing the ball go through the hoop from distance might be enough to shake off the bricks from games 1 and 2 from the Cavs. And if they continue to shoot that way from deep, the Celtics could be in real trouble. Sports fans, make sure to hit the subscribe button and adjust your settings so you can get notified immediately when we drop another great NBA video. Let us know how you feel with a thumbs up and a comment. After all, at BBallBreakdown, we're not a channel, we're a conversation. You in?